All right, guys, walking into Delaware Park. Just want to tell you about Rad Poker real quick. 6-second heads-up poker app, iOS, Android. Helps you make better decisions of poker. Download it. Description down below. Let's go. What's up, guys? It's me, Tony G, coming to you from Delaware Park Casino and Raceway. This is episode 123 of my poker vlog. We're up towards this way for 4th of July weekend. It's like a tradition now. Last time I played here was on 4th of July. We're gonna get into a 1-2 no limit game. That's all they got going right now. Hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. All right, real quick, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons. It helps the channel out a lot and helps me out. If you're not new here, thanks for coming back. Also, my new merch store is up, silver screen design, guys from Massachusetts. I appreciate all the help. This hat came from there. Yeah, so go ahead and order something. Appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And let's get into the episode. Okay, in this hand, I have the Queen of Hearts, the Jack of Diamonds. I'm in middle position. It's the best hand I've had in over an hour. There's a $4 straddle, and it gets to me, and I make it $8. I minimum raise it up to $8. And 3 other people call, and we are 4 ways to the flop. The flop is 8, Queen, 4 with 2 diamonds. Not sure why I checked it, but it checks all the way around to the turn. The turn is the 7 of clubs. This time, I don't see it checking all the way around, and it doesn't. The under the gun +1 throws out a bet of $13. The gentleman across from me, as you can see, checks his cards, and he mucks them. I go ahead and call the 13, and the cutoff decides to call the 13, so we're now 3 ways to the river. The river can't get too much better for us. It's the Jack of clubs. We have top 2 pair now, and it actually checks to me, and I throw out a bet of $25. The cutoff says, nah, it's not worth it for me. He mucks, and the under the gun +1 tanks for a little bit, but ultimately mucks his cards, and we take down this first pot of the day. Okay, a couple orbits later, I have Queen Jack again of spades. I'm under the gun and out of position. I just decide to limp, and we go 6 ways to the flop. Flop is King, Deuce, 9 with 2 spades. Flop isn't terrible for us. It checks to me, and I decide to throw out a bet of $10. The big blind calls and middle position calls. So we're going 3 ways to the turn. The turn is the ace of spades. He checks it to me, and this time I throw out a bet of $20. The Middle position calls, and big blind thinks about it, and he decides to go ahead and throw in 20 bucks, and he calls. The river is the queen of hearts. Obviously, with the flush, I'm not going anywhere, but I decided to check. Not sure why I checked, but it did induce a bet from middle position of $25. The big blind folds, and obviously I call. I flip over, and he shows ace king. He turned 2 pair, which helped me out, get a little more money out of him, and we'll take down this pot. Okay, about a half hour later, I have the second best hand in all of poker, pocket kings on the button. Gets raised to 12 and then re-raised by the cutoff to 35. I call, and the gentleman to my left calls in the small blind. So we go 3 ways to the flop. This is going to be a big pot, I have a feeling, so let's go. The flop comes queen, 8, ace. Didn't want to see the ace with 2 hearts. Always an ace on the flop. Anyway, it checks to the cutoff, who bets $30. And with pocket kings, I'm not ready to give up yet, so I go ahead and call the $30. The small blind folds, and we go heads up to the turn. The turn is basically a brick, doesn't change anything. It's the 3 of spades. So if he had it before, he's going to have it now. But he tanks for a good bit before he decides to put a bet in. But he doesn't. He checks, and it checks to the river. And the river is the 9 of diamonds. Now, he does tank for 20-25 seconds deciding what he's going to bet. And he says all in. And I just feel like he's got ace king here. And I don't feel like I can call this all in bet. It's for like 250 effective. And ultimately, I just decide to fold my kings and live on to fight another day. Okay, literally like 5 hands later, I have king of diamonds, king of spades in the cutoff. Middle position raises it to 12, and I 3-bet it to 25, and only he calls, and we go heads up to the flop, which is jack 8-4 with 2 spades. He decides to check it to me, and I throw out a bet of $30. I'm sorry, $20. He calls, and obviously we're still heads up. The turn is the 7 of diamonds. I feel like I got him all the way now. I throw out a bet of 35, and he tanks and tanks and tanks and tanks. I sped it up here for you. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but he says, I know you got queens or kings, and I can't call you, and he just folds his hand. Okay, in the last hand I'll go over this session, I have queen of spades, 9 of spades, and big blind. I check my option, and we go 5 ways to the flop. Flop is 8, 6, 7, rainbow. We got a 4-liner to the straight out there. Small blind bets 7, and I min raise it up to 14 to get as many people out of this hand. Obviously, plus I have a 4-liner, so only the small blind calls, and the turn is the queen of hearts. He checks it to me, and I throw out a bet of $20. He snap calls. River, 10 of hearts. He checks, and I check. I don't know why I checked. It's ridiculous. I should have bet. Anyway, I show him the straight, and he shows me queen 7 for 2 pair. And we'll gladly take down that pot and leave this session profitable. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you liked and what you didn't like. And I'll see you in the next episode. And don't forget, it doesn't matter how you're living your life, as long as you're living the felt life.